What's up, guys? Dr. Uz here from the Dr. Uz Talks YouTube channel. And if you're new here, thanks for joining. What we basically do is we go and talk about subjects there that are in the news, or things that you hear on the radio stations there that are big talking points there at the moment, and maybe put a slightly alternative kind of viewpoint across. So basically what I wanted to talk about today is working from home. And this is kind of like the big buzz topic, especially in the UK. I don't know where it is, where you guys may be from, but it might be the same there as well. So during the pandemic, people were encouraged to work from home, and a lot of people did work from home. People like myself, unfortunately, because I'm a surgeon, I can't work from home. It's impossible to do that. But for people who could, they were able to work at home. And after the pandemic, people kind of were like, oh, this is actually quite nice. I can work from home. I can use my laptop, get to spend more time with the kids, all that kind of stuff. And people just kind of just decided, right, let's just try and see whether we can stay at home kind of all the time. And to start off with, the businesses were kind of happy with that. They were just like, let's do a staged kind of thing with people coming back to work. And then eventually it's become a real kind of area of contention where businesses and those employees are kind of fighting against each other to say about, whether they should come into the office and things like that. And it really, for me, I think this is a real double-edged sword, right? Of course, and people are going to think, oh, this guy's jealous because he has to go to work and he literally has to go in because he's a surgeon. That may be part of it, right? But I am also a business owner, own several businesses, and the thing that you're always looking for when you're working and owning a business is basically you're trying to figure out, are there ways that I can make something more efficient? Are there ways that I can cut costs in certain things while also achieving the same result? No reduction in quality, no reduction in customer service, etc. And to most extent, basically what's happening is when people have been working at home, this hasn't changed a great deal. People have been working from home, they say that they're more efficient, they're able to do things a bit better, etc. But one of the things that hasn't actually been addressed is working from home actually better for the business or not? Okay. And like I said, business owners are always looking for some way to cut corners in something so they don't have to pay so much money out, and then basically their businesses are making more money over time. One of the biggest costs that you're going to have as a business owner is employees. Whether it's just the employees or in the UK, paying the national insurance, paying other types of insurance so they can actually work within the business there as well, training, all that kind of stuff. It costs a lot of money. Now, if I am a business owner and the majority of my staff are working at home, okay, the majority of my staff are able to go on a laptop, log in to work, do most of their work at home, and be more efficient at home. That's great because I've now increased efficiency, okay? And now also potentially I might be saving money because I don't need as big an office space, okay? However, something eventually is going to trip in my mind to think, wait a second, if these guys can do it from home in the UK, why do I need to get employees from the UK to go and do half of my work, right? And I always try and put myself into the kind of viewpoint of these stories. And myself and a lot of other surgeons like me, dental surgeons, have basically been using AI, to do a lot of work, and also to go and get your websites done. Like my website is done by a team of people in the Philippines. They get paid quite decently, but the cost is like less than half of what a website would be in the UK. In the Philippines, that money goes way, way further. They earn like way more money. And actually they were so happy to take on the business that the quality of the website is just as good as I would get from somebody in the UK. These guys are working when it's our daytime. They're working at nighttime because of the difference in the time, right? So they're working overnight and I'm getting to approve these things in the morning, which is even more interesting. And they're making money. I'm saving a ton of money. Right now, I don't employ any website guys in the UK. Right. So that's the first thing. Now I'm looking at other things. Okay, there's something that's come out in the UK called Robo Reception. Do I need to now employ a receptionist who potentially is like, oh, working at home? Oh, I want to work at home 3 days a week. I want to do this. I want to do that, whatever. Well, I got a robot reception that can do the bits that you'd be doing if you weren't actually in the business on that particular day. So I save even more money. And what I'm trying to say to people is, look, it's a double-edged sword if you work from home. Okay, if you look at the Dallas Mavericks, right? Dallas Mavericks with Luka. Okay, you think that you are so important to a business that they're not going to get rid of you to improve to improve the amount of profit and things that they're making. You got another thing coming, because that business, as soon as they find out a way that they can make more profit and also get the same result, they're going to jump on that like straight away. Okay. And what's going to happen there now is that you're going to have somebody in Bali, right? Or somebody in Singapore, or somebody in anywhere in the Far East, or somewhere in India, who can go and do these things there for you way cheaper than it would be done in the UK. And they're doing it remotely the same way that this person says that they want to work at home is doing. The other thing that honestly, like, I don't know, it makes me sometimes climb the walls with the stupidity of these kind of things, right? I was listening to the James O'Brien show on LBC, and there was an employment expert who was on there, right? And she said, oh, if you're working from home, your employee has a responsibility. Your employee has a responsibility to make sure that your working environment is safe and comfortable. So if you need an ergonomic chair, they need to buy it for you and make sure that it goes to your house, right? Okay, now, this is where it's starting to get a little bit mental, right? Because if you think, right, that you can not come into the office and work from home, and we're paying the money to work, for you to come for the rent of the office and all the, furniture and all that of the office, and also you want an ergonomic chair at home, nice comfy seats, all that kind of stuff. Oh, it gets a little bit cold at home. Maybe I need a radiator, I need a little heater. Your employer is obliged to get you that there as well, right? Once you're starting to make demands like that, and you become a burden to the business, once you start to become a burden to the business, that business is and I don't care who you are, right? You got to be somebody who is on a level that is so far above everybody else. You got to be like Michael Jordan level, right? That a business is going to constantly take you being an inconvenience there to it, until it's like, you know what, I'm just going to go somewhere else. Now, for the last few years, there's been a big thing about, oh, we can't get employees to work in our businesses, and that is the reason why businesses are struggling there at the moment to kind of fill their vacancies. That doesn't really apply to work from home. It only really applies to people who are coming in. So hospitality and people who are working in cafe shops, all those kind of things. It's very difficult to get people to do it because the pay is just so poor and the conditions are so poor. But if you're working from home, that doesn't really apply. If you're working from home, your job is now open to 5 billion other people around the world who also are probably vying for this kind of thing and can get paid less than you, but also have a better life in their own countries with that amount of money. So, yeah, man, I would just say be careful what you wish for. Working from home is a double-edged sword, and it might help you to start off with, but that business soon is going to start to look for other options. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about that. Any other subjects we should be covering on the Dr. Talks channel, and I'll talk to you guys again next time.